We're at Duquesne University at the Art Gallery of Duquesne University, which is called Lizzie Day's Gallery. We have a show here that is called The Most Possible Kind that highlights the work of artist mothers. It's open to the public at Duquesne University through May 10th on weekdays from 10 until 3. So this is a show that has to do with being a mother and an artist through the different stages that kids go through from the beginnings till their complete independence. And it has a lot to do with these artworks. They tend to share a lot of thought and reflection on this movement towards independence and the world that kids are growing up into, and the hopes and possibilities that are out there. So the first photographs that you'll see here are by Sandra Bacchi, and it's from a series called Watermelons Are Not Strawberries. The photographs in this series trace a learning process where the mom is learning about the kids and their complications and difficulties that they go through in life. Some of them have to do with severe food allergies, which is where the title Watermelons Are Not Strawberries comes from. And there's a lot of learning that they go through together. The photographs are part of a book that's being published by Yaffe Press that is going to be released just any day now, and I can't wait to see it. These paintings are by Michele Randall, who works in encaustic and printmaking methods. There are multiple methods involved in these two paintings. They're layered. There's a lot of rich texture and color and imagery in them. There's actually cyanotype in a couple of these. So they have a lot of sense of movement, balance, weight, and lightness, and there's really just like a lot to see in them. There's a lot of texture and richness in this sculpture too. This is by Shope, and it's called The Cords That Bind. It uses repurposed fabrics to kind of perform this drama of pulling and carrying, just sort of evoking that kind of muscle memory of some of the things that we have to deal with as parents. So these photographs over here are some of my photographs. These are photographs in a series that's called halophilic, and that's a word that refers to saline environments. They're photographs of salt crystals using polarized light and pieces of plastic, like disposable plastics and acrylic, that diffract the light and create all of these wild colors. So these images, for me, they're kind of suggesting wild alien landscapes, and not especially happy ones, kind of threatening, even apocalyptic kind of landscapes. Because what's on my mind when I'm working with these things is trying to imagine a future, a long-term future, and where it is that we're all headed into. And there's a lot of imagination that's going to be necessary to try to move into that. This is Stephanie Zito's sculpture, and this sculpture is called Interval. Stephanie Zito uses natural materials to create her own dyes from plants and organic materials, and then dyes natural fabrics, organic fabrics, and repurposed fabrics. So the sculpture has many different layers to it, and it visually kind of like pulls you into this reflective form at the back. It has this kind of gentle, embracing kind of feeling. There's layers and layers. This is Carrie Smith Libman's painting, and this is part of, this painting's called Hopes and Dreams. And it's part of a series where she's actually collaborating with her very small children, letting them mark stuff up, and then sort of like learning from their mark making and integrating their kinds of marks into the kinds of things that she makes as a very skilled and trained painter using grown-up materials. This painting has really wonderful texture and depth to it, and the blues in here are just like really gorgeous. These are photos of mine. This is a series of photos called Small Animal Sort from Cute to Cool. I collaborated with one of my kids on this as a way of trying to talk out what non-binary means, using animals and toys and things as a sort of a stand-in. If you think about the toys that little kids play with, most of them are pretty cute. Some of them are kind of cool. And some of them are somewhere in between. And if you try to just like nail one down in one category along the spectrum, you end up asking all kinds of questions like, what really makes something cool? Is it being independent? Is it being more grown up? Is it being like really good looking or really strong somehow? What makes something more cute or maybe less cute? There are layers, and there are, and it, in toys and in play and in imagination in early childhood, we're setting patterns for how we're going to understand and verbalize the world that we go through as we get older. This painting is by Naomi Chambers, who is an artist who's very well known to the Pittsburgh community. Naomi was the creator of Flower House, which is a community resource giving the opportunity to make art, for, especially for parents and children. So this is another of the holophilic photographs on the back here, and I feel very very lucky to be able to share this cozy little corner with Naomi's painting. So this exhibition is one of many exhibitions that are happening in the month of May as part of what they call the Taking Up Space Initiative. And that was a collaboration between two online networks